Hey, hi, how are ya? Stephanie Stallworth, AtlTrafficLady. Welcome to HowWeFlow.Today-TV on a Friday. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We made it to Friday. Thank you. Holy God. February 23rd, 2024. And I'm working on 2 hours of sleep, by golly, so we'll see how this thing goes, okay? I could say any old thing. You never know. So stay tuned. Hey, hi, how are ya? Listen, I send you love, hugs, pats, kisses, heart shapes, hands, and all of that stuff. So, hi, happy Friday. So excited. One day closer till, we get to connect, whenever that is, right? So, all is well, all is calm, all is bright. Let's see, what is this video called? It's called Resilience and the Power of Visualization. And it says, there is more that God requires of thee. Will your heart and soul say yes? And that is the question. There's more that God requires of thee. I've been talking about Shekinah glory lately. Saying yes, yes, yes. Will your heart and soul say yes? Will it or won't it? Will you or won't you? Do you or don't you? I do declare. I do declare. So, let's see. It's Friday and we are in our Lenten season. Hopefully, whatever you're fasting and taking away out of your life and sacrificing, it is going well. Our church is giving up any shopping and spending of money unnecessarily. Only the requirements, only what is absolutely necessary. And it's just a setup to prepare yourselves for your life of abundance that's coming up. You got to be able to handle what God gives you. Can you handle it? Can you handle the abundance? That's what I want to know, by golly. Can you handle it? That's what I need to know. Shucks, can I handle it? Of course I can. Well, that's what I say. I ain't seen it yet. I don't know what I can handle. But I can handle it, by golly. Can you handle it? But, we are just in the HowWeFlow.Today community. As you see scrolling on the bottom of your screen, we are a community centered on self-care, wellness, the art of well-being, and personal development. That's why we talk about resilience. It's one of my resources I have available to talk about today. And also the power of visualization, manifesting more with clarity, right? So we have a few things we'll just discuss quickly, plus some other thoughts I have. Things I just needed to say. Things I needed to get out there. By golly, you know what? Lucy is spelling champ is at it again. Her little love magic. Make you feel what you don't even feel anymore in the natural. You feel it under her spell. So whatever you're drawn to do with Lucy, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. It's a trick, I tell you. It's a trick of the enemy to trick you out of your destiny. And I'm telling you, if you fall for it, you will indeed be sorry, because you will be falling. Because she's going to tear your kingdom down. I already told you that. Just to make you feel what you don't really feel truly and naturally. She's going to stop at nothing, that Lucy, the spelling champ, to hang on to you. Sheesh. Anything to hold you back from your destiny, your God-given destiny. And she knows what it is. Her and her spelling champ friends and people she's recruited to do the enemy's work with her, right? They know what it is. And they were hoping you would never know what it was. So they stopped and blocked anything that would give you any inkling of what God really had for you, because they knew about it since they intercepted all these communications. The emails were sent to you. They that's when somebody came to me all crazy. I told you, talked to a couple people, all crazy. Like, we don't even have that kind of relationship where you speak to me crazy. Where did that come from? I'm like, oh, I know where that came from. So I'm like, how are you going to go do that? You know, I had some little young lady come up to me after an evening meeting over there, evening thing over there. Oh, so-and-so wanted me to tell you something. I'm like, who is this young lady? Anyway, they're just standing there waiting for me while I'm talking to other people. Just looking at me. I'm like, who? And someone said, did you want to talk to her? Because I didn't know who she was. And she's like, oh, yeah, I was going to wait for her. So I went to talk to her. She goes, oh, so-and-so wanted me to tell you to call them tomorrow. I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking to myself, so-and-so is just 10 feet away talking to Lucy. So why wouldn't so-and-so just come and tell me that themselves? Why are you sending this young lady who I don't even know to tell me that message when you were just right there? We were all in the same place. What's that about? I don't even know. I'm like, all right, so I'll call. And so I called and so-and-so was just like, oh yes, well, don't do this and don't do that. Don't send your emails to them. Only their staff gets it. I'm like, well, if the staff gets it, why don't they forward it to the person it's meant for? Who knows? So I don't know if you ever got that. I think I gave you a copy of that. I'm talking to somebody specific here. I gave you a copy of it though, but I don't know if they got that from you also, because you know, everybody want to intercept your life, control your life, control all the connections that you have, just so they can stay connected to you. Because you know, it'd be clearing some decks if God's destiny came true. And it will, because, you know, can't nobody stop that. But I'm like, what? And so it wasn't just, oh, by the way, in the normal helpful tone of voice that we're accustomed to having with each other. You know, it's been 5 years I've known this person. And never in all the many conversations did it ever come out like that. Like they're yelling. I don't know if they're on the speakerphone so other people would hear it. I don't know what it was. It was just a very strange energy. I'm like, I didn't say anything. Let's let that thing ride out, because I know there's more to this than meets the eye. And I will figure out what it is. God will show me what that's all about. I'm like, if you were standing right there, why did you send this little young lady to tell me something when you could just tell me, because you were just right there? Except you were there with the spelling champ, so maybe y'all concocted that thing together. Oh, there they are. Go tell whatever. You know, this is right after it's for someone specific, right after I was talking to you, actually giving you that email. I was giving you that email in a little case. I had it in a little case. And I gave you the email. I don't know if someone took the case and, you know, people go through your stuff or whatever, and you never saw the email. Who knows? But then they were talking about the email. Oh, make sure you this and that. And I'm like, whatever. Why don't people give you your emails? It's not for them. It's for you. You put too many people in charge of what you should and shouldn't see when they don't know who people really are to you, right? So, you know, I'm not just any old body. Nobody's just any old body. So, you know, just something to think about. But I'm like, where did that energy come from? How did they get hooked up with this person when they're really, you know, your partner, your person? When I met y'all was, you know, close, good buddies and stuff. So how did they turn into that? What was provided or persuaded for them to turn away from you to do that with them, with Lucy? What was that about? And you know, I've been going on for a couple of years, really more than 2 years. Yeah, I was coming in to join. In fact, I did join something over there to help out with one of the servicing things that y'all do. I think I did something with them about 2 times. But, you know, when it was the first meeting of everybody to just whoever wanted to come in there and help out, here comes Lucy marching in for whatever reason. Why are you here? Just to see who's in there. Yeah. You know, I had such a great welcome from the people who were leading that introductory space. And then here comes Lucy to see who that is that they're introducing so warmly. And then the rest is history. I did that thing a couple times and I never heard from them again. Why? Because people want to block what you're doing. I am well-intentioned. I'm good-hearted, good-natured. I'm here to help people. I'm here to bring the light. I think Dr. Brian, you said I look like the sunshine. Well, I said, yeah, I should have told you. I carry my own sunshine. I create my own sunshine. That's just who I am. So when these other energies start coming through, I'm like, what is going on with these people? But yeah, so they block you from stuff. Or me from stuff. They keep you from receiving any communication from this end, so that you don't even know what is going on. But they know everything that's going on because they see every communication, and you never get to see it. Or maybe you see some of them. Who knows? But it's just like people who want to mess up what God is doing. It's just a dangerous practice, right? And you can't stop what God has ordained. You might slow it down. You might delay it. You might put it on the sidetrack for a minute. Like a train goes off on the siding. But you can't stop it. And just in the boldness to try to stop what God is doing, that's setting you up for, I don't know what he's going to say to you, to y'all, whoever it is. But, it's just like, I would never want to stop what God's doing for somebody. That's kind of crazy to me. That's kind of crazy to me, I'll tell you. But yeah, so this has been going on for a long time. I don't even know how long it's been going on, or even how long what that connection is that God put right in your path many, many years ago. You put the final puzzle piece to unlock your abundance right in front of you many moons ago. And you knew at that moment, but it's kind of like probably weren't ready to make all those difficult changes that were required. There's more that I require of thee, God says. Will your heart and soul say yes? Your heart and soul did not say yes. Weren't willing to say yes at the time. And not saying yes at the time to the final puzzle piece to unlock your abundance so many years ago, you had to ride through this crazy set of rough circumstances for these years because you did not follow what God said. And, he gives us free will. We could decide his perfect will, his permissive will, whatever it is. And the hard part is when you already know what it is, but you chose, I'm not gonna do what it takes to do that, to have that. That's too much work. I'm gonna run back to the shallow end of the pool, back to the kiddie pool. Anybody can swim there. I could swim there. But yet I would say, do you even know who you are? Like you are outstanding. So why are you still in the kiddie pool? So I never understood that. And also why you never spoke anything about it when you really knew what it was. So to this day, I haven't heard not one peep out of you about it. So here I am, what Tina Marie say, I'm out on a limb. Looking crazy, right? And because you never spoke a peep about it, not only to me, but to anybody else, yeah, that's just her or whatever. Now everybody else looking at me like I'm a doggone nut, right? I'm like, what is that about? And then Lucy and all her people making up stuff. She's this and she's that, and the she's this and she's that are all the things that she and or they are in areas of lacking, certain standards of being and types of personalities and all of that. I'm none of those things. And you know me, so you know what that really is, what the truth really is. But if they make you believe it enough, and then they tell other people the same and they all believe it, then, I'm looking like the oddball out there. I'm like, that's kind of unfair when you knew that right in your path was the final puzzle piece to unlock your abundance. So, I'm not mad about it and I'm not upset. I'm just a little disappointed. I just really like to hear from you directly. That's all. And then, let's move on with this thing. I got things happen. And maybe it's was a divine delay, perhaps. Perhaps God needed it to delay so we could develop some other skill sets and standards for ourselves. Level our own selves up before, your puzzle piece goes locked into place to unlock your abundance, right? If you weren't ready, you weren't ready. It was a big change that was required. But I mean, are you ready to make the change now? I hope so. Come on up out of that kiddie pool, babe. I am here to tell you today that it is time to up your game. Come on out here to the deep end. Jump on off the high dive and do some Olympic level flips into the deep waters so you can win the gold, honey. I'm so serious. Like, do you even know who you are? And I know you do, but people try to tell you that you're not who you are. They try to make you believe some other narrative about yourself. Just like they want you to believe another narrative about myself. Don't believe the hype. It's a sequel. So let's say you are scoring Olympically. Here's your scores. 5 judges. A 1. This is out of 10. A 3, a 5, a 6, and a 4. When you're capable of scoring 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, right? Come on out of the kiddie pool and get in that high dive and do what you're capable of scoring. God is watching. Your ancestors are watching and waiting. Your children's children that have yet to be born are watching and waiting. Your divine counterpart watching and waiting, along with all who are under your leadership, watching, waiting, and wondering why you're staying stagnant all this time. There's more that I require of thee, God says. Will your heart and soul say yes? Will your answer still say yes? So we're talking about the Olympics. Oh, and by the way, I might have mentioned this before, that breakdancing, I hear, is a new Olympic sport this summer. So for Summer Olympics, someone said that that breakdancing is one of the new Olympic sports. I love that. They're going to do that. So what I say we should have is break praise dancing. We got praise dancing. They might not put praise dancing as an Olympic sport, but we could do break praise dancing, right? And then let that become the next Olympic sport in the next Summer Olympics, break praise dancing. And then we'll get them to understand that praise dancing could also be an Olympic sport. So anyway, I digress. We're talking about Olympics. We're talking about the Olympics. And we'll also talk about the power of visualization. So athletes have always known that a crucial key to achieving a goal, and you're trying to achieve this goal. Come up out that kiddie pool, please. The best way, or one of the greatest ways to do it, is to picture it in your mind and work towards achieving it. So picture in your mind coming up out of that kiddie pool, up out of that little play school stuff, out of that little spelling bee champion foolishness, and work towards achieving 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10 for your scores, a perfect score for the gold medal in these Olympics, right? But how do I do that, Steph? How do I do it? I know what I have to do, but I don't know how to do it. And so I was saying athletes and Olympic athletes especially have always known that a crucial key to achieving a goal is to picture it in your mind, visualize it, and then you work towards achieving it. You can't just visualize it and don't do any of the steps and the work that's required to get there. So because they understand this, these Olympic style standard level athletes, they'll often work with sports psychologists to help them position their minds correctly to emerge victoriously. So you might have to work with somebody to position your mind correctly to emerge victoriously, come up out of that kiddie pool energy. There is more that God requires of you, and you're fully capable of it even now. But maybe you just don't know how to break free from all of that spelling champion stuff. It got your mind all messed up again. Lucy will never stop. She will never stop. Because if she does stop and you do go in your divine space and your divine life and divine setup, that means her and her other cronies are out of draining you of whatever they get from you as a source. Whether it's I don't know if you give people money, or maybe it's jobs, or it's prestige, it's access to other people, proximity. These are tangible but yet intangible things that people get just by connecting themselves with you. You're a big deal. And they know that, but they don't want you to know that. I know you know it, but they want to say that they're the big deal too. But would they be a big deal without you? Without the access and the proximity and the connection? I don't know. It's not for me to say. But you would know. I don't know these people. Well, I know some of them. But hey, all I'm trying to say is you might not be an athlete, but you can still leverage the practice of visualization and also working towards achieving these things as you try to accomplish your targets and goals. And the target here is to level up out of that kiddie pool, splashing around with water wings on when it's only 6 inches deep, and get into that deep water that you're already fully able of surviving, swimming, and thriving in. You were created for that. That's what God made you for. And that's what I'm waiting for you to do. I'm calling you. I'm telling you, declaring today to you, it's time to up your game. Come on up out of it, up here to the deep end, jump off that high dive, do those Olympic level flips. You'll be good enough to be in the Summer Olympics into these deep waters. So you can win the gold. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Woo! Perfect score. Yes, indeed. God is waiting. Your ancestors are waiting. What did they work so hard for? Your children's children, they're unborn. They're waiting. Your divine counterpart is waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, along with all who are under your leadership. They're all waiting for you to level up. You come up out that kiddie pool energy, all that silly stuff that goes on, propping up people and stuff. Just no oil, no. We say, how do you be a pastor with no oil? You said in the sermon. In the sermon, like, exactly. How you a preacher with no oil? But yet people are. I said, they might not be a jackleg because they got a degree, but it still be a stump. They ain't got no oil. They call themselves, what we need about them say, they call themselves shapeshifters. Again, if y'all didn't watch that Shapeshifters, Juanita Bynum sermon from Christmas 2021 at New Birth, you gotta go back and see. She laid the whole thing out. I'm just scratching the surface. She put the whole thing out there. And check the parallels, because you know what it is. You know what it is. All right. So again, the connection God put right in your path, the final puzzle piece to unlock your abundance, but you weren't quite ready at that time, and it's okay. So, but when? How long? I've been putting up my bat signal for a while here. How long, Batman, before you show up? Because I can't just be sitting around here getting older and older by the day. Every moment that passes is a moment we never get again. Every second. That last second we just passed, that last moment just passed, that last moment that just passed, we are never getting those again. The last 5 seconds when I was silent, never will see those again. And we don't have an endless life here. You know, we have eternal life in heaven, but endless life on the earth, no. And you don't know when God calls you, me, he, she, they, any of us, right? And if you find out on your last day that this is your last day, and I didn't do what I really, really wanted to do because I was scared of what people thought. I was scared to break free from, the people that try to trick me and manipulate me, they use me. I was scared to disappoint people at the cost of disappointing myself. Whose life is it? My life, your life. It's your life. And you really, I said yesterday, was it yesterday? That you have the pen. Dr. Bryant, you were talking to us, and so was the lady, the mortgage broker, the lady who has the mortgage company. She said she had the power of the pen. She had the power of the pen. You have the power. She had the power of the pen to write any mortgage that she needs and or wants to write. You have the power of the pen, Dr. Brian, and anybody listening here, to write the story of your life. You have the power to write people in, to write people out, to write scenarios in your life, to write scenarios out of your life. You have the power of the pen. Don't give someone else the pen to write your life story. Take your pen back. I say, take your power back. Take your pen back. Or break that pen that they have and get your own new pen and write a whole new life. Because that old pen was writing old stuff anyway. Oh, nothing connected to the old. Get you a brand new pen, special order pen to write the narrative of your new existence. And I promise you will never regret it. You will never regret it. It's just a little hard, a little hairy trying to get out of where we've been sitting for a while. Little kiddie pool. You know what happens in the kiddie pool. You don't be sitting in that. Kiddos who don't have their diapers on and stuff. Good grief. You don't want to sit in the kiddie pool. Ain't got no chlorine in there. You are not protected from the contamination that surrounds you in the kiddie pool. So, listen. I love you so very much. And, I just want to see God's best for you, right? I want to see God's best for you. Some people, they wanted to attack your mindset, do that spelling stuff, attack where you were weakest, which is like, maybe your status or how you look or whatever, or perceived. And so if what God had set up as a connection in front of you didn't look like the status that you thought it was supposed to look like, and then like give you extra narratives about it. Yeah, they're on the struggle bus, whatever, this and that, but you didn't know what was in that seed, what was in that person, that the level up was real. It just hadn't occurred yet. It was still under the dirt. And then when that thing bloomed, when that counterpart, divine counterpart bloomed, you were just like, what? Who is that? Oh my gosh. I am smitten. I always was smitten. Now I'm extra smitten. I didn't know all that was in there. Of course you didn't, because it just looked like a seed. And so just like you had to develop and grow, your counterpart had to develop and grow. So any narratives that were pulled out there that it's not the status that you're looking for, it's not this and it's not that, they were wrong. That's not a good look for you. They're struggling. Yeah, sometimes we struggle, but that's just part of the process. You might struggle with making ends meet, and someone else might struggle, with making good decisions in their life. Everybody got some struggle we got to overcome. We got to grow. We got to learn. We got to develop. But here's the difference. I could see past what is presented in people, and I could see what people were created to be. I see your full potential that you might not even believe is possible for you. I don't see what presents itself. I don't see where you are right now. I see what you were created to be. I see your full potential. I see you almost like God sees you. He knows what he created. So I don't look at people as who they are. I look at them as their full potential, because I know what they're capable of. I know what God wants them to look like and embody. So, everybody, again, I always think everybody thinks like me, or, has the same ability that I have. But, if you see the poverty and the struggle and somebody working hard to take care of their family and their kids and stuff. And so, no, ain't no beauty shop and cute clothes and nails. I said that yesterday. Ain't none of that stuff. What do you say, Dr. Brian? You got to put on clear nail polish. And that's a real deal. Because, if you got these lives depending on you, I'm not going to put hair and nails and makeup and shoes and bags and trips and stuff over the well-being of my hashtag my 3 sons. Why would I do that? So it might not look as shiny as you thought the status should look, but little did you know what was inside that seed. And that seed grew into something most amazing, practically unrecognizable from its former self, like all seeds do. So everybody can't see that about people. I see that in people. I know what they're capable of. So it's just something to think about. These people who are in your inner circle sometimes, or your outer circle, or just people in general, want to attack you where you're weakest, and they know what your weak point is. I got to look a certain way, my status, my this and my that. Glamour, everything. Everything's a movie on the outside. So it looks a certain way. But on the inside, a lot of times people are miserable. That shiny stuff isn't enough. It doesn't carry you. Material wealth it's important. But if you have nothing else to put that together with, you're just empty inside with a lot of stuff. And it happens so much, right? And then when you don't have the wealth, you got a lot of love and everything inside, but you ain't got no money to do nothing. So, it goes both ways. But the plans that God has, the plans that He has, when the divine connections come together, is a plan of abundance. But as we drag our feet, scuff our shoes, or trying to figure out how to actually move into these spaces, time goes by and the abundance doesn't happen. And when the manipulation comes over your mind, or the spelling bees, or whatever that looks like, that people do to you or you do to yourself, it's just more time going by, every moment going by. Another moment of emptiness. Another moment of unfulfilled feeling. Another moment of, okay, I go home and I'm just like, whatever. But it's a movie. It's shiny and it looked good. But there's more that God requires of thee. Will your heart and soul say yes, right? So, if people put a narrative up about you, me, anybody else, oh yeah, they're on a struggle bus, this and that. You don't want that. That doesn't give them the status. And then you realize what they did to your person. You end up being shocked. Like, what? That wasn't even true. And then you find out they blocked your person. And they blocked you from understanding, what was coming your way. It's just disappointing. So I'm not angry about any of it. I'm just disappointed. And I just really would like to hear the whole story. By golly, I want to hear everything. And I'm ready to hear it all. So they'll get you denying what you feel and staying in that electrified cage, fenced in with the door wide open. Why are you still sitting in there? Come out of that place. Yeah, it'll shock you if you touch the rails, but the door's open. Get on up out of there. You don't belong there. People are waiting for you. God is waiting for you. Your ancestors who worked so hard are waiting for you. Your children's children are waiting for you. Your divine counterpart is waiting for you, along with all those who are under your leadership, waiting and wondering why you choose to stay stagnant. And, you might have chosen not to. I'm getting a feeling this week that you made some changes, or you're making some changes, and I'm excited about that. But I just had this on my mind. I just wanted to say it, because even if you made the decisions and then these people know you made these decisions, and you told them you made these decisions, they're going to try the spelling tricks again to get your mind manipulated again, to make you feel, oh yeah, I got to make that whole union with this person. Even though I know I don't want to do that, but for some reason I just feel drawn to do it. You know why? Because Lucy doing her thing again. Spelling champion. Come on now. And even if it's not her, she has people doing it. I don't know who it is. But I know it is some energy over there that ain't right. And it's not oily either. Ain't no Jesus. What did it say? You say, ain't no Jesus in that. Ain't no Jesus in that. My goodness. My goodness. So, what looks like prestige and status, people look like that, even though they are really not there. They're emotionally, spiritually bankrupt with nothing on them but a facade. And in order to overcome or try to supplement the facade, they'll mimic what you want or what they want to be, but can never actually become that because their hidden tendencies, manipulation, spelling championships, all of these things, just cutthroat, just the whole energy that they embody. The pettiness, the just the meanness, just the spitefulness, just the whatever, just the I'm going to use whoever I can use to get what I can get, because we've seen that pattern now. That pattern has been established by independent parties, right? You knew it already, but now everybody knows it and everybody can see it. So people wonder, why are you still down there in that doggone kiddie pool? We're waiting. We're waiting. So, I'm just kind of confused. There's no communication coming my way. If you are communicating, I'm not receiving it. And again, something in the blockages, you need to get that figured out with people, whoever's setting stuff up for you. But things that people do against you or do against me or do against whomever, they got to understand people are spiritually protected. Spiritually protected from some of this. The hedge fence of protection around them that God provides. So maybe it affects people a little, but it's not going to be their ultimate end, which is what they want. Because what God has ordained to happen is going to happen anyway. Delay is not denial, right? That's why I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I'm not anything. I just want to hear, the other perspective that you have. I only have my perspective. I want to hear your perspective. I'm a wholesome, loving, nurturing individual. Nothing less than that. And again, I could see what people are. I can see past what people are presenting and just kind of what they are intended to be. So please don't deny what you feel authentically just because of some tricks that are being played on your mind or some spelling bee champion stuff. But, I don't know. I just think, like, why? Why are things happening? It's like, I'm not saying a lot because I don't have a need to chat a bunch of people up, just chatting for no reason. I'm not a showy person bragging and boasting and, oh, look at me, look at this and look at that, even though God's blessed me with so much and so many, right? Humility is my space. I live in humility space. And I don't even know who to trust sometimes around that circle. So I'm not talking in front of a bunch of folks anyway. So if you're thinking, oh, well, that person's, they're not saying anything. They come to me, they don't say anything. Because I don't want to talk about those people. I need a conversation that has none of those groups of people. Just need a one-on-one conversation. And, we could talk about it all. But I don't know. Your spelling champ wants to keep your person blocked from you and their cronies. And they've successfully done it in a lot of ways, but not completely. Only because you knew what it was from day one. If you didn't recognize it from day one, then you would be completely oblivious to what God had set up for you. I just been picking up on picking up on some things. Like in that initial thing where you might have said, I'm going to stay in the kiddie pool. It's easier. And let me just pull my energy away, push the person away, push the connection away. So the person will come after you, right? That might have worked for you, over the course of time. But it doesn't work with everybody. So when you pull your energy and attention away, you pushed your own blessing away. And I don't know if you knew you were doing that at the time. And even if you didn't do that, the cronies were out there with a plan that was designed to portray your connection as every negative thing that you never ever wanted. Slacker, lazy, undependable, unintelligent, so that you will walk away from that person. And really, again, it's them projecting all the things that they are onto this innocent party. And so to make you believe it. And then they corroborate with these other people that they've recruited, whether they're paying them or giving them something or goodness knows what. Okay, I'll pay you if you keep saying this about whomever. All this stuff been going on. And so that you'll walk away from your divine connection, your divine counterpart. And then your person transforms into their best self, the most true, amazing person that they were born to be, right in front of your very eyes as you push them away. You see the shine on them. You're like, wait a minute, what? What was I thinking? I made a bad choice here. I chose the one that I thought looked like the part. It looked the status part, but internally there was nothing in there. Man, I made a mistake. I did stuff to my divine counterpart that I shouldn't have done. I made up stuff. I blocked them. I kept them. Whatever happened, right? Act like I didn't know what was going on. Whatever. But the blessings were awaiting you anyway. But because you believe the false narrative spewed to you by fake manipulators in your inner circle, you pushed away what you prayed for your whole life. You prayed your whole life for that kind of connection. So, I just don't understand. I'm confused. But again, when you knew who your connection was that God placed in front of you from day one, I just didn't understand how that happened. But I guess it required that. Some delays are divine. And so that's why I say I'm not upset about it. But I would like to move forward. Because I can't just be sitting in limbo forever, because I got to do something with my life. Because I'm not going to be an old maid, by golly. So if you're not trying to do nothing, I gotta move to somewhere else, because this is not it. This is not going to be how I it's not it. So I'm hoping that you will step forward and say what you need to say, and know that you're going to be right in a soft, safe space when you do say whatever you need to say. It's no rejection. It's no turning away. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's none of that, because that's not even my energy. But you know that about me. I know you see a lot of people that act like that, but that is not me. I'm always giving you the feeling of peace when you're around me. And so I want you to understand that that's what you will also get whenever you step forward, right? So again, I don't understand, but I want you to help me understand, okay? Help me understand. Let's have the conversation. So over those years, there were empires to build, God-ordained, preordained empires to build, pouring down on you that, ended up pouring down the drain. It's like you let the faucet run straight down the drain. Turn on the faucet. Psh, water's running. Kids do it sometimes. Water's running. Psh, and then you don't hear them brushing teeth, washing hands, nothing. Water's just running. And water running straight down the drain for more than 5 years. Like, how much further ahead might you have been by now? If you weren't able to allow false connections, counterfeit individuals to hinder your growth into your God-given fullness thereof. These people are trying to keep you small, letting them take, from you whatever you have at that lower level. They never wanted you to elevate. They never wanted you thinking for yourself. They wanted to make the decisions for you. And maybe it was easier for people to do that. You allowed that. People do that. So it didn't get you overwhelmed, right? Sometimes it's too much. You got a lot of responsibility. I know that. But now you see that maybe that wasn't the best decision, depending on the people that we're speaking of, because you kind of realize what is really going on. They wanted to attack you again where you were weakest about your status and trick you. And they did. They tricked a lot of people. So a lot of people think a lot of different crazy narratives, and there's a lot of miscommunication or blocked communication or things that are unsaid, things that are left unsaid that still need to be spoken. And hey, I'm ready to speak. Let's chit chat, paddywhack, or just sit. Again, like I said, let's just sit without all the commotion and the people and the pretense and the, I just need some quiet time, right? We need some quiet time just to decompress. And if conversation happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it happens a little, save some for later, fine. I'm okay with all of that. I'm literally okay with all of that. But, it's like whenever you do decide to come into union with your divine counterpart, I want you to remember it's a safe space here with open arms. And moving forward, it's going to be so much fun. It's supposed to be what Lou Rawls said. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. So fulfilling. You'll be able to be your authentic self. No facades. Just love, emotional, divine fulfillment, and things you'd always dreamed of having and always prayed for, and then begin to believe it's not possible because you never saw it. You never experienced it. And it's just some stuff in the books and the movies. And then God placed it right in front of you, and you're like, oh my gosh, it does exist. I can't believe I'm experiencing these feelings. Now, I never mentioned the feelings to anybody, especially them, but I sure do feel it, right? So there is a void, so much unsaid and so much unspoken. I want us to fill the void. It's really on both sides, It's on both sides, but one side hasn't really, one party hadn't dared to part their lips yet about their thoughts or feelings on any of it. So it kind of leaves a bit of an imbalance and an extra huge void because there's lots of confusion. I'm a little confused. You might be confused too. So, confusion. God is not the author of confusion. You know who's the author of confusion. And that's why all those people are up in the middle trying to cause confusion. Lots of questions for both parties, right? And I'm just waiting for you to say something. If you love me, won't you say something? Whose song is that? If you love me. What song was that? I used to bring that up. That's Daniel Caesar, the best part. He and her, the artist Her, sing the best part. You're the best part. If you love me, won't you say something? You got to say something. Because once I don't know how to say anything. I don't know what to say. And then we build this thing up to be so big, and it's not that big to say, hey, hi, how are you? I say it every time I start this video. Hey, hi, how are you? Well, I'm doing good. How are you? Oh, so glad to see you. Wow. Yeah, I know. Whoa, it's been something else, hasn't it? Yeah, sure has. What's going on? How's the family? How's this? How's that? Wow. So I just wanted to chat with you just for a minute. I had to just let some things be spoken that I hadn't spoken about before. I may not get it all out right now, but I just want to just make a start. I know you're a safe space, and I'm here for a safe space. And so I feel safe here. And so as it comes out, it'll come out, and we'll talk and we'll chat and we'll sit, we'll breathe and we'll just relax. And that's all you have to do. God lets the rest happen his own way. Right? But it's just taking that initial step, right? So, let's see. What else do I want to talk about here? Our resilience and the power of visualization. I want to end the confusion on all ends and gain some clarity. Let's be clear. Let's fill the void. Let's bridge the gap. Let's cut the spelling champs out of the picture so they don't mess up what God has going on. What God has ordained for the lives. Because what if he says, I gave you 5 years. Now I'm calling you home. You're like, oh no, wait, I wasn't ready. I didn't do it. Oh, I only got 1 day left, right? We never want to be there. Take some of my water. My poor 2 hours of sleep throat is just like losing its steam. So, I need you out of the shallow end of the pool, out of the kiddie pool, okay? Anybody can swim there. You weren't made for the kiddie pool. Some people are just made for the kiddie pool, but you are not made for the kiddie pool, baby. You made for that deep, deep. That deep, deep, baby. I want to see that deep, deep. What's that deep, deep about? You show me something. Yeah, so what else am I going to tell you? Oh, I wanted to share a video with you. I'm just going to wrap that up though. Safe space. I'm welcoming you with open arms. Who sings With Open Arms? With Open Arms is With Open Arms. I think that's Rochelle Farrell, With Open Arms. I'm not going to sing. Look up Rochelle Farrell, With Open Arms. I'm by your side. That's Sade. You think I'd leave our lyrics? We leave the lyrics. You think I'd leave your side, baby? You know me better than that. You think I'd leave you down when you're down on your knees? I wouldn't do that, right? So, oh, when you're cold, I'll be there to hold you tight to me. When you're on the outside, baby, and you can't get in, I will show you you're so much better than you know. When you're lost and you're alone and you can't get back again, I will find you, darling, and I will bring you home. And if you want to cry, I am here to dry your eyes. And in no time, you'll be fine. You think I leave your side, baby? You know me better than that. You think I leave you down when you're down on your knees? No, I ain't done that yet. I'm never going to do that. I wouldn't do that. And if only you could see into me. If only you could see into me, you would know all of this stuff. But when you're cold, I'll be there to hold you tight to me. When you're low, I'll be there by your side, baby. Right? So that's Sade, by your side. By your side. I'll be by your side. Oh, how about KC and JoJo? All My Life. You can sing this one to me. Say, what else they say? Let's see. Oh, I'm so glad. What's that? I'm so glad I'll never find another sweeter than you, and you won't. I'll never find another love more precious than you, girl. You are close to me like my father, close to me like my sister, close to me like my brother, and you are the only one. You're my everything, and for you, the song I sing all my life. I prayed for someone like you. And I thank God that I finally found you all my life. I pray for someone like you, and I hope that you feel the same way too. And I do. Yes, I pray that you do love me too. Right? And it goes on from there, but that's it. All my life. All my life. You're all that I've ever known. When you smile, all my face seems to glow. You turn my life around. You pick me up when I was down. You're all that I've ever known. When you smile, my face glows. You pick me up when I was down. Say you're all that I've ever known. When you smile, my face closed. You can sing that to me, right? All my life I prayed for someone like you, and I thank God that I finally found you. And now you just have to make the move. That's all. That's Casey and JoJo. We did Sade by Your Side. How about Diana Ross and the Supremes? Someday, this is me singing, we'll be together. Say it, say it, say it, say it again. It says, here's her lyrics. You're far away from me, my love, and just as sure, my baby, as there are stars above. I want to say, yes, we will, yes, we will. Someday we'll be together, some sweet day. I know. My love is yours, baby. Oh, right from the start. You possess my soul now, honey, and I know you own my heart. And I want to say, some sweet day. Oh, yes, we will. Someday we'll be together. Tell everybody, yes, we will. Yes, we will. Long time ago, my sweet thing, I made a big mistake, honey, and I said goodbye. Uh-oh, baby, ever, and ever since that day, all I want to do is cry. Hey, I long for you every night. Oh, just to kiss your sweet lips, baby, hold you ever so tight. And I want to say someday we'll be together. Say it again. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. So went back to the Supremes. We did Casey and JoJo all my life. Sade by Your Side. Anita Baker, talk to me. You stand all alone on your own. Please come inside from that storm. Stand where it's warm. I can see you're in need, baby. Please talk to me now. You swear nothing's wrong. You're so strong. Baby, don't hold this inside. Relax your pride. Let it go. Set it free, my baby. Talk to me now. What's wrong with you? Why don't you tell me what you're going through, darling? What's wrong with you? Why don't you tell me? I can help if you let me, baby. Yes, I can. I understand. Here's my hand. Why stand alone in the dark? Open up your heart. Let it go. Set it free. Now, my baby, talk to me now. What's wrong with you? Right? I understand that you're only one man. So much you can take, baby. Yes, I understand that you've only got two hands. You stare into space. I see shadows of pain across your face. You avoid my advice. You avoid my embrace, baby. What's wrong with you? Why don't you tell me? I won't tell a single soul. My baby. Yeah, I got you. I got to, you got to, we got to talk about it. No doubt about it. We got to talk about it. Let it go. Set it free. I'd like to listen. Baby. Tell me everything, baby. I will understand. I promise, baby. Tell me now. God Almighty, baby, tell it all to me. Don't you hold nothing in, baby. Don't you hold it, baby. That's Anita Baker's lyrics. Talk to me. Let it go. Set it free. Now, my baby, talk to me. Somebody talk to me. Now we're going to flip the switch and go to some other older music. This is The Fifth Dimension, Up, Up and Away. You know that song. Dun, da, 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 da. Dun, da, 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 da. Up and away, right? In my beautiful balloon. So it's, would you like to ride in my beautiful balloon? Would you like to ride in my beautiful balloon? We could float amongst the stars together, you and I, for we can fly. Do, do, do. We can fly up, up and away, my beautiful balloon. The world's a nicer place in my beautiful balloon. It wears a nicer face in my beautiful balloon. We can sing a song and sail along the silver sky. But we can fly, right? Up and away in my beautiful balloon. Suspended under a twilight canopy. We'll search the clouds for a star to guide us. If by some chance you find yourself loving me, we'll find a cloud to hide us. We'll keep the moon beside us. Love is waiting there in my beautiful balloon, way up in the air in my beautiful balloon. If you hold my hand, we'll chase your dream across the sky, for we can fly. We can fly up, up and away in my beautiful balloon. Up, up and away. It's The Fifth Dimension. That's 1967. They used to be on all those old TV shows singing that song. That old 70s stuff. We got throwback 70s Sunday this Sunday too. I'll wear me some Fifth Dimension outfits. And then let's get into one more love lyric with Engelbert Humperdinck. Woo, woo. Welcome to my world. All right. It's a soft space here. Okay. So welcome to my world. He said, welcome to my world. You know the song. Do, 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 do. Won't you come on in? Da, 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 da. Miracles, I guess. Do, do, do. Still happen now and then. They do. Miracles have already happened. They're just waiting for you. Step into my heart. Leave your cares behind. Welcome to my world, built with you in mind. Knock and the door will open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you will be given the key to this world of mine. Guess what? I'll be waiting here with my arms unfurled, waiting just for you. So welcome to my world, right? That's Engelbert Humperdinck. Welcome to my world. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right. That's my last love song lyric for February, month of love. Today's the 23rd, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 6 days left in the month. 6 days left in the love month. 6 days left in Black History Month. And let's make a difference in our lives and other people's lives, one way or another, before the month ends, by golly. What else was I going to say? Oh, I wanted to share this video with you. Came across this on Facebook. On the Facebook. Let me see if I can share it properly. Check. Yeah, it was from a Facebook page of the Facebook page called Love Faithfully. So let me see. Oh, wait. Let me pull this down. Love Faithfully. It's called Love Faithfully. It's their Facebook page. So let me put it up here. All right. So, can you see it? I think you can see it. All right. I love this thing because I talked about it on Twitter. I think I posted this on Twitter yesterday. Love Faithfully page. It's from October 16th, 2023. If you want to look it up on Facebook. Love Faithfully is the name of the Facebook page. And she says, Jesus was not crucified on a Gucci cross. Come on, young, early life spoken word poet. Let's hear her talk about this. I really, really loved it. Let's see if it'll play properly. Let's see.
Who needs to hear this? But Jesus was not crucified on a Gucci cross. He didn't have on a crown of Versace thorns or Nike shoes on his feet when the nails pierced through. There was nothing bougie about Calvary. That old ruggedy wooden cross wasn't even befitting to hold the carpenter's son, but there our God hung, held on by his love for us, by his love for all. It wasn't a red carpet affair for your favorite celebs. Matter of fact, the only paparazzi was an angry mob as a crowd of witnesses. Once upon a time, I thought the crucifixion was like the Grammys, an award show only for a self-righteous few. But the Bible didn't mention an ovation. Only wrongful accusation, hate speech, and boos from fools as the King of Glory came through. But boy, did Jesus make a runaway out of Golgotha. Adjusted that burden of a cross, you would think he was like Bada over his shoulders. I heard that he stated that when Jesus said it is finished, that was a fashion statement. Even in suffering, the sovereignty of his majesty could not be hid. But make no mistakes, Jesus felt every nail, felt every whiplash, every rib crack. It was for you that he braced the pain, humiliated and stripped. His robes were confiscated like a game of Monopoly. They threw dice, pierced, blood and water flowed from his side. Permit me to say that the drip is eternal. To date we are healed by his stripes. I guess all I'm saying is, Jesus stuff you die. Literally, I mean, he braced the cross for you and I. So do not let the devil have the last laugh, because Jesus made a joke of death. Showed up at the gates of hell, was like, knock knock, guess who's here? Shut down hell's party, set captivity captive. Who else raises the dead? Even in death is the audacity for me. But the story doesn't end there. He showed up on the third day like, I'm good and you are too. One with the Father, my blood makes you brand new. So what did that prove? You need that God loves you. I do not know what your past is, but trust me, Jah is past it. Do not battle in your shame. God calls you by his name. No capping. So when the serpent comes, slit the ring, hissing, whispering, deceitful accusations, speaking in pastoral tongues. This is clapback season. Declare boldly, my sins are forgiven. I do not know who needs to hear this, but Jesus was not crucified on the Gucci cross. It doesn't matter your age, gender, race, or net worth. Only that you have been made holy.
I like that, right? That's kind of good. Very good, in fact. Jesus was not crucified on a Gucci cross. So again, that was on Facebook from the page called Love Faithfully. And that was posted October 16th, 2023. I don't know who the young lady is. But I love that. It's like, okay. So she said, there's nothing bougie about Calvary. It wasn't a red carpet affair for your favorite celebs. She said she thought crucifixion was like the Grammys. It is finished was a fashion statement. My sins are forgiven. And that's the most important part. Your sins are forgiven. So stop staying in that old stagnant energy. You don't have to stay there anymore. Just like I used to say, you don't have to choose from the box of broken toys. You don't. God has a brand new toy ready for you. They've been waiting for you. Like, hello, where art thou? So, all is well. All is bright. Okay. All is calm. All is bright. All is safe. There's no reason not to step forward. Okay. You have no worries. No cap. She said no capping. No cap. No worries here. Okay. Just come show up. Set up a time to sit. Right. And after that, everything will be just mighty fine. You'll never regret it. You will never, ever regret it. Okay, so that's kind of what I had to chat about today. I'm going to quickly just talk about the resource on resilience and the resource on the power of visualization. Let me see. I'm going to talk about resilience. We need that resilience in order to bounce back. Last night I took an L, but tonight I bounced back. We've been talking about that, and the L is not the loss, it's the lesson. But sometimes we do feel overwhelmed by challenging situations in our lives, right? I do. You do too. It's kind of what I was talking about. Some challenging situations. We're overwhelmed by it sometimes. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to come up out of this energy. But here we're going to learn how to build mental strength to boost resilience and overcome any difficult situation in life. I mean, any difficult situation in life. This is one size fits all. Whatever difficult situation you have, this will help. So I got some simple tips that'll help boost your resilience and will help you overcome adversities in no time at all. In no time at all. Have you ever felt overcome by an adverse situation but not known how to overcome it? You can raise your hand. We're interactive. Yeah. I still feel like that sometimes. Better yet, do you long to bounce back from adverse situations, but feel as though you're drowning every time you attempt to do so? I keep trying, but I just can't get up out of this kiddie pool. I'm drowning in 6 inches of water every time I try to bounce back. Chances are you probably answer yes to both those questions. And of course, you're not alone. We're never alone. We're never the only one. A recent study published by Everyday Health found only 57% of Americans will consider themselves resilient, resulting in nearly half the nation being dragged down by some adverse situation, one or another, right? And that helps explain why maybe depression and mental health is at an all-time high in a nation. The key is bouncing back. How do I bounce back, Steph? Oh, man, we struggle with this sometimes, right? Some things we can bounce back from easier than others. And so things that we really have to stay in that slump for, we got to figure out how to really bounce back. The key to being able to handle any and all adverse situations is being able to bounce back from them. And then, although it's difficult to do, all these things we talk about, they're hard, but we do hard things. I said that yesterday. It is possible. Have you ever met anyone who seems to magically handle and bounce back from situations that seem to be life-changing or even emotionally taxing? Probably so. And you're probably like, oh, I wish I could do that. But the reason that they can do it is that they know some key tips and techniques for bouncing back despite their situation. So as a result, when they have that resilience, they come back stronger than ever before, even if their situation was completely life altering. So I like in the story of, my ability to be resilient. It's been strengthened over the years. And so I'm able to bounce back a lot easier from a lot of things. Not everything, but a lot of things, right? A lot of things. Resilience requires mental strength. How can I bounce back? How can I bounce back? It's teachable. It's learnable. It requires a lot of mental strength, but you can learn how to bounce back and be more resilient over time. It takes time, but you just have to start. If you're used to thinking a certain way, it can be difficult to diagnose the problem, let alone fix it. So we got to figure out how to know where to start and how to boost your resilience. It's the same thing. So you just need to know the key aspects of resilience, as well as some important tips that are in this resource called Resilience for How We Flow Out Today community. Some important tips and techniques for changing the way you think. Again, all this thing is about this mindset. We've been talking about the mindset since last summer. Changing the way you think about and conceive life. If you never learn any of these aspects of these techniques, you're going to easily continue living the life we're living right now, despite wanting a change. So that's a lot of what I was talking about. We want to change, but we keep living the same life day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. We're all guilty of it at some point until we really master the resilience in all areas of life. You might be resilient over one thing. I might be resilient over something else. And I'm not resilient where you are. You're not resilient where I am. But we just have to work on it, right? And sometimes, it's unfortunate. Many people don't learn the aspects of resilience or any techniques for boosting it. They just continue living life as before, causing you to be dragged down by adversities and you're feeling like burnt out, depressed, disheartened. But it's so important to fully understand what resilience is and to learn about resilience components and about resilience boosting techniques. And I have this great resource called Resilience, How to Build Mental Strength to Overcome Any Difficult Situation and Live a Better Life. So I'll be sharing that with the HowWeFlow.Today community. Here's some things that you will learn. You'll learn the definition of resilience, the benefits of resilience, 6 main factors of resilience. You'll learn whether you can boost resilience, who can benefit from resilience training, and what types of problems resilience can actually address. You'll learn the 4 main types of resilience. There's so much here. What is psychological resilience? That's one type. Emotional resilience is another type. Another one is community resilience and physical resilience. Psychological, emotional, physical, community. And then there's 4 components. You'll learn these 4 components of resilience. Those are your connections, your wellness, your healthy thinking, and your meaning. So you'll learn in the 4 main components of resilience why connections matter and the difference between quality and quantity connections. You don't necessarily need a big circle of people, quantity, but you need a quality circle of people. So check your circle, see who's really rocking with you. You'll also learn in the components of resilience how to build meaningful connections. Connections is another component of resilience. How to maintain these connections, right? You don't want to approach people and you can't maintain the connection, but God give you the connection, you'll be able to maintain it. But this will teach you how to do it. Sometimes we don't know how. That's okay. We're all here to learn. You'll also, another component of resilience is wellness. So that's what we foster here in the How We Flow.Today community: healthcare, wellness, self-care, the art of well-being. And so you'll learn about why wellness matters and how to foster mental and physical wellness. You have to have mental wellness and physical wellness, your mind and your body, right? And another component of resilience is also going to include healthy thinking. Why healthy thinking matters in resilience and how to recognize thinking traps. Because sometimes we get stuck in these thinking traps and we never are able to be resilient because we just get stuck. You also learn how to improve your thinking abilities and why meaning matters. Meaning, M-E-A-N-I-N-G is another component of resilience. Why meaning matters. How to find your life purpose. What is the meaning of your existence? You're also going to learn how to do resilience training, some key resilience training techniques and tips, how attention training will boost your resilience. You got to be able to focus, and some real life examples of resilience thinking in action. So there's a lot here in this resilience resource that I'll be adding here for you guys soon in the HowWeFlow.Today community. We have so many resources coming up. I can't wait to just bust them all out for you, because we're going to be growing and growing and getting better and better. So that's resilience, the resource resilience. Another resource I'm going to share quickly info about is called Power of Visualization. Power of visualization, the power of visualization. And I talked about the power of visualization when I talked about your Olympic scores for diving off the high dive in the Olympics should be 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. And instead, currently, we might be only scoring a 1, a 3, a 6, a 5, and a 4. All those judges are like, what are they even doing? Why are they even in this pool? Why are they even up on the high dive? That is not how it's done. That is not how it's done. And so we got to learn how to do that 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And the fact that Olympic level athletes often work with sports psychologists to help them position their minds correctly to emerge victoriously. And that shows how important visualization is in helping people achieve their dreams. So even if we're not athletes, we can still leverage that same practice to accomplish our targets and our goals. So if we think about this resource, we did resilience. This is the power of visualization. So you'll discover how to use the power of your mind to design your future. Y'all like designer stuff? Come on and design your future. That's the next designer thing you're going to wear. I'm going to wear my future. It is design. It's designer. God designed it. So I'm going to walk right into it. So do you want to transform your life now? Yes. Do you feel like your biggest, most ambitious dreams are out of your reach? Do you ever feel like that? Maybe. We're interactive. You can say it out loud. Do you wonder if you'll ever manifest your dream life or just end up as another failed dreamer? And that's what we're doing, How We Flow Out Today community. We want to live our dream life instead of having to take a vacation from our life. We're going to live our dream life, and it is possible. So do you wonder if you'll ever manifest your dream life, or you could just end up as another failed dreamer, which we're not doing here. We might fail initially till we get the whole gist of it. The next thing you know, we're manifesting our dream life, and we've learned how to do that through the power of visualization. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Now, are you sick and tired of trying to change the course of your life and constantly failing? We get, banging our head against the wall. Not because we're trying to hurt ourselves, just like we keep hitting this wall. I'm trying to change, but I guess this is not the door. This is not the way out. Or you're in that electrified cage with the doors open, but you keep hitting those zzz electric bars. That's not the way out. Constantly failing while you're trying to change the course of your life. The truth about it is attracting your best life really can be challenging, but that's why we're here to help each other in HowWeFlow.Today in our community. You're bound to face some obstacles. Okay, raise your hand. Or no, count one finger up for each thing that I say that you might feel. You feel fear? Yes, sometimes. That's one of the obstacles you could face. Failure? Yes. Another obstacle, disappointments, make you feel like a hopeless failure, any of those. But it's okay, 1, 2, or 3, or all 3, or only 2. Just know that it's not impossible to do what it is that you're really trying to do to build that dream life. Yes, you can start that business that will make a positive impact. Yes, you can have fulfilling relationships with your partner, with your friends, and your family. Fulfilling relationships, not just relationships, fulfilling relationships. Yes, you can have a fit and healthy body. And yes, you can live a fulfilled and stress-free life. Yes, you can. What you might not know, though, is the first step to transforming your life is to have a vision. Visualize. And not just any old daydream, but a vision that's so vivid, so tangible that you actually feel and see it coming true. Detailed vision. Not just, I want to have a great business. No, get the details of the vision. It's so vivid, so tangible that you actually feel it and see it coming true. That is the art of visualization. So visualization is the key to creating the life of your dreams. And that's the life that's full of happiness and accomplishment. And that's what our goal is here. So I'll tell you why it's so important to master the art of visualization. It's so important because most of the information that's out there about visualization implies it's just an aimless daydreaming for lazy people. Oh, I'm going to visualize this and that. But there's some misconceptions that can put you off or even lead you astray when you're trying to learn how to manifest your best life through visualization. There's little known and even scientifically proven techniques that can supercharge your visualization strategy and practice, and they're easy to master and apply, and you can learn them here in this resource about the power of visualization. Manifesting your dreams into reality, you also learn how to use the tremendous power of our mind to attract our ideal life. Your mind is powerful. You have any idea how powerful our mind is? We don't even use most of our mind. There's so much to it. And so sometimes we're just sitting there like we have big dreams of improving our personal lives and making this impact on the world and can't figure out how to make those dreams come true. Get these big goals every year. You know, we're into February. Everybody had their big goals in January and things that you're going to resolve to do, but never achieve them. Sometimes we feel stuck, depressed, hopeless, like, oh, I don't know why I never get anything done. You lose your motivation, procrastinate on taking any bold actions we were talking about earlier. Procrastinating on taking a bold action because you're afraid of failing again. Don't fear failing or rejection. The only failure is not making any move. And that goes to the person I'm talking to a little earlier. Don't face the fear of failing. Don't procrastinate on taking the bold action, because that's the only thing you have to do to unlock the key to, you know, your abundant life that God has for you, is take a bold action, right? Sometimes we engage in some destructive habits, overeating. Some people binge drink to numb the pain of not achieving their dreams. Some people shop. Some people, you know, watch endless streams of TV, YouTube, or whatever you do, right? And so, you know, get into relationships that aren't great for us just for some fun to take away the, you know, the sting of not meeting our dreams. And let me escape from that for a while. Let me have a little fun. But sometimes you just get sick and tired of living a mediocre life. Anybody ever feel like that? Oh, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I know I got great potential. I know God created me for some amazing things, and I'm just scratching the surface of the potential. I'm not fully there yet. And so if you think about a lot of people that come from humble backgrounds and go on to achieve their biggest dreams, you really have to think about what scientists and even brain science experts say about achieving seemingly impossible goals. And when you start applying some of that knowledge, your life's going to start to take a turn for the best, like night and day. It's kind of like when I talked about one of my earlier videos, when, you know, I was on a struggle bus right after divorce. We left with nothing. And so we were in my grandparents' home that my parents owned. No, that's just the house where people go if they need somewhere to stay. So we stayed there, me and the kiddos, and you know, it was just tough. And it was like, wow, you know, I've been a broadcaster for all these years, and I just feel like I can't even do anymore. I don't even know how I ever did that. I don't know if I'll ever be able to broadcast again. I don't know if I'll ever be able to, you know, you just feel a certain way. And I was, you know, it was a struggling moment while I'm ironing kids' uniforms that we dry with the space heater overnight for their little school stuff. And they're all crinkly in the morning because we didn't have the right plug for the dryer. We could wash everything, but we couldn't dry anything. So I had to hang their stuff up every night and aim the space heater at it and dry it and then get up early and iron all their uniforms for school. And so while I'm ironing the uniforms for school, we're living back in Pennsylvania, in my grandparents' home. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to visualize what I want to do. So I started listening to these radio stations streaming. It's like in 2012, maybe about 2012. And so I'm like, I want to move back to Atlanta because, you know, I'm clear to move about the country. I'm divorced, do what I want to do now. And I want to move back to Atlanta because I loved it there. And we can have a good quality of life for the kiddos and have a good broadcast industry market there. And I could do something great. And so I was listening to radio stations. I told the story in one of the other videos. And just long story short, I said I was listening to Ryan Cameron Morning Show with Wanda Smith at the time on streaming on my phone. And so I'm like, I want to work for V103 in Atlanta on the Ryan Cameron Morning Show. And that's the job I want. It's 2012. Didn't look anything like my real life. Didn't look anything like what I was visualizing for myself or what I was speaking into existence at the moment. But I was very specific. I said, you got to be very specific earlier. It's very specific. I didn't say I just want to move back to Atlanta and do broadcasting. No, I said I want to work at V103 on the Ryan Cameron Morning Show and be a broadcaster. I didn't know what broadcast role I would have. I'm not really a news person. Do news. I knew I do traffic, but they had a traffic company there already, and I didn't want to be one of them, co-hosts that just do silly stuff. I'm too, adult mature for that. So that's not what I'm going to do. But I don't know what it's going to be. But I said that's what I want to do. I'm going to move back to Atlanta, and I'm going to work for V103. I'm going to be on the Ryan Cameron Morning Show, and that's the job I'm going to go get. But there was nothing in my reality that said any of that was possible. Nothing. I mean, zero. But because I decided to look beyond what I was seeing in the natural and push into what I could visualize and believe myself doing in the spiritual realm, I was able to achieve just that. So that was 2012. 2014, I said the other day, it's been 10 years, we'd be here in October. In 2014, I moved down here 2 years later. I didn't work for Ryan Cameron Morning Show right away, but by 2017, 3 years after that, I did work for the Ryan Cameron Morning Show on V103 in Atlanta. So that was from 2012 to 2017. That's 5 years to do a really lofty goal from a really low place. It's a very lofty but very specific goal from a very low place in my life. Just out of a divorce. Just, a single divorced mother with three little kids living with her, counting on her. Just having no job, no money. Just had to move back home. Just, thank God for family support. Just in a depression in my bed every day. Just barely able to even get out the bed. Just not able to do anything. Just ready to give up. And then I just said, all right, that's enough, Steph. I know you're still in depression and still all this other stuff, but we have to be able to see ourselves doing something that we really want to do. You have a whole new chance to start your life over. What was, and what will be. So I said, okay, if I had my druthers and I could do anything I want, which I can now, because I have my get out of jail free card. That's what I told you about that time that, 3 weeks ago where your spot got blown up, 3-4 weeks ago on a Friday, when your spot got blown all the way up. I said, don't look at it as a terrible thing. Look at it as a get out of jail free card. Everything's out there. No one can hold anything over your head anymore. This was, that scenario. And you could do anything you want now. Like, okay, deuces, I'm out. I don't care what you say. I'm going to say, yep, yeah, I did that. Yep, I did that too. Yep, I did that too. Yeah, wasn't my best choices, but hey, I'm different now. I moved on. I've changed and all of that. And that was your get out of jail free card. Me, I had to get out of jail free. I had to say, I got to do something here. And so that's what I visualized. And it came to pass. And that wasn't the first time. Every time I visualize something, or every time God gives me something, he always shows it to me first, and then he gives it to me. He always shows it to me first, and then later he gives it to me. So it's even like when, prior to all of that, I was much younger, and I was temping and then working a little bit at the radio station, doing a little traffic or whatever. And I said, you know what I want to do? I want to do the weather. I want to be a weathercaster. I ain't no meteorologist. I want to be on TV doing the weather. But I put that out there. Lord, that's what I want to do. I want to do the weather. And I want to do the weather, not in Philly, because I don't want to stay in Philly. That's home. But I want to live in D.C. or I want to live in Atlanta. And so that was in 94. 95, I moved down to D.C. to do traffic. And by that same year, 95, the teacher on traffic for asked me to do the weather. I had never done weather before. I'm like, I don't know how. Like, that's all right. We'll teach you everything. I'm like, you will? Okay. And they taught me everything. We like how you work with the Chroma Key wall with your traffic. We want you to do the weather. I'm like, okay, that's what I said I wanted to do. I said that in 93. I moved down there in 94. And in 95, I was the weeknight weathercaster in Washington, D.C. Like what? Who? Where? In what world? Where does that happen? That's by God's grace, his divine intervention. So the things I speak of I'm sharing these resources, but even if I don't have any resources, I'm speaking from pure, true testimony experience. And that's only two of the many times that God showed me what he had for me before he gave it to me. Or if I put a visualization out, say, Lord, this is what I would like to do. And it happened within, some faster than others, some slower than others. But I was very specific. I want to do weather in DC or in Atlanta. So to move forward from DC, I was in DC doing the weather, weeknights and traffic and TV station there. And I got married. And then I always wanted to move back to Atlanta because we lived in Atlanta when the babies were babies. I told you that yesterday. And where does a weather person really want to work? The Weather Channel. So I applied for a radio broadcast meteorologist job at the Weather Channel in like a January, it was like around New Year's. And they never called me February, March, April, but in May they called me. And I really wanted to move back to Atlanta. Well, that was the first time in Atlanta. I really wanted to move to Atlanta because I loved Atlanta. I loved Atlanta so much. And so I'm like, all right. And another thing I wanted to do was work at another station in DC, one of the bigger stations in DC. And so I'm like, I want to move to Atlanta and work at the Weather Channel, or a TV station in Atlanta doing the weather, or another station here, affiliate station in DC. So the Weather Channel called me in May. I applied in January. I was already a weathercaster every night, weeknights. And in May, they said, oh, we have an opening and we want you to come down. So they flew me down, the whole limo service, all that stuff, the whole red carpet, out for lunch. And mind you, like I said, I was 6 months pregnant at the time. I'm like, who goes for a job when you're pregnant? But, they can't discriminate. But I'm going to need maternity leave as soon as I get there. But we're having a lunch and it's going really well. And they're like, yeah, we really want to have you, offer you the job. I said, okay. I said, well, that would be really great, and, but they wanted me to start in like 3 or 4 weeks from then, about 3 or 4 weeks after that. But then, I had to say, well, I'm going to need maternity. Okay, that's all right. You can have maternity leave. We'll give you all the time you need. I'm like, oh, okay. So when God sets it up, he sets it up. So they moved me down there. Yep, I had all the maternity leave I needed. And then, like I said to you yesterday, I had 2 kids under age 1. The boys are 11 months apart. And so I had an infant and an 8-month-old when I moved there, or when the baby was born. I was 6 months pregnant and I had an 8-month-old. Then I had an infant just born in October, and my other kid was 11 months in October. He was going to be 1 year old in November. And it was a lot. I had postpartum depression so bad. My spouse at the time was not that supportive of the situation and what we were dealing with 2 babies. And it was very hard, right? But the postpartum, it got really bad. So we ended up having to move back up north because I said, I need to be where I have some help. But in the meantime, I stayed there for a couple of years. And I'm like, well, I'm having a hard time, with the schedule. Okay, well, we'll change your schedule. I'm like, wow, thank you, God. That's amazing. They really worked with me. Amazing group of people down there at the Weather Channel in Atlanta. And so I loved it there. I didn't want to leave. And my husband at the time, he had just he'd been law enforcement for his whole career. And then he got with me and he said, oh, I want to do what you do. So he got a reporter trainee job at Fox station in DC. And then we moved to Atlanta. He did that year, and then we moved to Atlanta. And so I found a job for a radio anchor editor for CNN Radio. And he had the training, reporter training and stuff, and how to do that. And God blessed him with that job. It was Monday through Friday mornings, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., something like that. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah, 6 to 2, something like that, 6 to 2:30, Monday through Friday. He's a brand new broadcaster. Brand new broadcasters do not get to work Monday through Friday. And they do not work 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. at a 24-hour operation. They work overnights or they work, rotating shifts or something. So, but I said, God, he's doing this thing. I need him to get a job down here. And there was a young lady who worked at CNN. And at that time, you didn't find jobs on the internet. There was no internet searching for jobs. They didn't have a job listing there. So she gave us some inside job listing. And I'm like, oh, how about this job? This would be great. You can get this job. This would be great. You're going to get this job. And he got that job. And so he's working at CNN radio as an anchor editor. I'm working at the Weather Channel as a radio broadcast meteorologist. And life should have been good, but I had postpartum depression. It was so hard. We had to leave. I had to leave. But in the meantime, they were so great at the Weather Channel. It was an amazing experience. And God has always been faithful to me. So when he shows me something, or he has me think of something, he always shows something to me before he gives it to me. So I speak from experience here. I'm not just, giving you some, speaking points off of some resource here. I'm telling you what it really is. And, what really does happen, and figuring out how to make your dreams come true. It works when you have the skills and the tips to do it. Okay. So this is the power of visualization. It's got a lot of wonderful things in it, including the 7 habits that will supercharge your visualization practice, little known secret about your mind and how you can use it to your advantage, and so many other wonderful things that you're going to learn. So it's for you if you want to manifest your dreams into reality like I've been doing. And my divine counterpart, there are so many dreams that are about to come into reality if you would just show up. Okay. We're holding back your abundance. Now stop it. Stop playing with me. What are you playing with me for? Don't be playing with me. I'm not a toy. Let's go. We got things to do. And you're going to love every moment of it. I promise you, it is going to bring you the abundance that your wildest dreams never thought of. It's leaving inheritance for your children's 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 children is what that's going to be. You'll change the landscape of Christian ministry. All right. Just so you know. But anyway, so if you want to improve your mental health, you want to attract anything you want in life, you want to live a life of fulfillment, achieve all of your most ambitious goals. And I just showed you a couple of very ambitious goals that I had that came to life. So I lived this experience. I used these practices. It's before I even had this life-changing guide. So when I tell you that you can do this, I'm telling you that you can do this. All right. It is going to be done. Let me just say that. It's going to be done. All right. So I'm looking forward to getting this resource out to you guys. Also, again, it's called The Power of Visualization, how to manifest anything that you want in your life. So looking forward to sharing this one with you here soon in the HowWeFlow.Today community. All right, you guys. So much to see, so much to do, so much lies ahead. So much is in the said and the unsaid. So much is in your language and in how you begin to manifest these things. And you can't just have some wide, loosey-goosey goal. You got to be very specific, drill down specifically what you want. I want to work in Atlanta on V103 on the Ryan Cameron Morning Show. I want to work in Atlanta doing weather at the Weather Channel, right? Oh, the other thing I forgot, talking about the weather story. I said I wanted to work in Atlanta doing weather at a TV station or at the Weather Channel, or I wanted to also work at another bigger TV station in DC if possible. So as I'm being flown from Dulles Airport down to Atlanta, I'm in the airport terminal getting ready to find my gate and go to the flight. And who calls but the chief meteorologist at the CBS affiliate? Hey, Stephanie, it's so-and-so and so-and-so. We're going to be having an opening here. I was wondering if you're interested. I'm like, what? The things that I said I wanted, they all start happening. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And this same thing can happen for you. And I need you to believe me. I need you to understand. I said, oh, well, that would be great. I'd love to talk with you about it. In fact, right now I'm getting ready to catch a flight. I got an interview today at the Weather Channel. He's like, oh, okay. So he knew probably if I was getting that Weather Channel job, I might not be able to talk to him about that one. But look at how that happened, right? All at the same, it was the same day. I didn't know he was going to call me. I didn't know he had my number. Where do you get my number from? I don't know. But isn't that something, right? See how God works? So please, I implore you. Blessings are awaiting you. There are empires to build. God ordained, preordained empires to build. Pouring down on you. Okay? The abundant life is waiting for you to claim it as your own. And I'm not just whistling Dixie. I am here telling you because I've lived this many times again and again and again. Okay? So, hear me and hear me well. I need you to show up, okay? When you come into union, it's all about to happen. So please, I'm waiting. How long are you gonna keep me waiting? The bat signal been up, about to run out of power. It's a safe space here. Not gonna be none of that. We don't do that here. We need peace. We need an enjoyable life, and that also exists. Tell God that's what you want to. Tell him to give you the wherewithal and give you the courage to take the steps and to shut that stuff down. No matter what evil is coming to you, what spell work, what magic, what love magic, whatever, what they put in your food, your drink. Prophet Daniel Amatang said that, Pastor Bryant, back at the prayer and prophetic thing that we had back in January. Yeah, people try to do stuff to you all kinds of ways. So you need to get away from that energy, that Lucy spelling stuff. It's not good for you. And again, it's going to lead to your purity downfall. We don't want that for you. But again, power of visualization, manifesting with more clarity, that makes the difference. Resiliency. Make sure that you are resilient and can bounce back. These are things and skill sets that will serve you for the rest of your whole entire life, and you will never be sorry that you learned them. So if you're coming in a union with me, and I want you to, let's get to manifesting. Let's get to getting this thing done. I know you know how to do it. Maybe you just haven't done it yet. The first thing you manifest is your divine union and coming into union, okay? Overcoming any communication obstacles and blockages and whatever else there is, okay? And let's do that thing, baby. I can't wait. It's going to be so great. God already showed me some of it, but not all of it. There is more. There is more. I tell you, this is yours. So, it's stuff you can't even imagine. Think, dream, hope, or even imagine. So, yes. Will your heart and soul say yes? I hope it will. I hope you will. I can't wait to see you. Without all the hoopla and the pomp and circumstance and the lines and the waiting and the people and the places and the things and the confusion and the I can't talk around these people because I don't trust none of them or whatever. I just need clarity, darling. Clarity, please. Thank you so much. But yeah, so we're still in our February love month. I don't want you overthinking. I want you to follow your intuition, follow your inner knowing, get that cutoff game, keep it strong. She's drawing you back in with that magic stuff. That ain't it. People waiting for you. God is waiting. Your ancestors are waiting. Your children's unborn children are waiting. Your divine counterpart is waiting. And the people that you are leading are waiting for you to come up out of that energy, okay? Everybody sees it. Anybody studying that? What they say? I ain't studying that. I ain't studying that. Anybody studying that? Now, you got so much on you, and you haven't even scratched the surface of the stratospheres you're about to get into next, okay? They can't take you there, promise you. They're fake. There's nothing on it. And this is already set up. And you know it, and I know it, and we know it, and they know it. That's why they're working so hard to keep you from it, because they know it. Think of it that way. That's why they want to keep you from it, because they know it's the truth. If you don't believe it any other way, Why are they trying to convince you otherwise so hard? Because they know that this is it. All right. All right, my love. Mwah. Love you. God bless you. Hugs, pats. Can't wait to see you again. And I don't know if you've been trying to reach me. I haven't got any messages, so I don't know what we're going to do about that. But I'll try to come to your place of business again soon. Next time I'm there, and I got to give you the rest of that note that I think I meant to give it to you last time. And you can let me know when we can connect. All right. So figure it out between now and that day when and where you want to get together. All right. All right. So it's a long, wonderful journey here. And again, I'm working on 2 hours of sleep, so I'm going to shut it down. Thanks for hanging in here with me. And this is an important video. So as much as it didn't take long for me to say what I had to say, even though it is a long time, it didn't feel long. That's how the conversations are going to be when you connect. Okay. All right. It's resilience. It's the power of visualization. There is more that God requires of thee. Will your heart and soul say yes? Will you come into union with your divine counterpart now? Because there's so much out there that's waiting for you. And the rest of that stuff, you can leave it behind. Somebody else will want it. Don't worry. They ain't going to be by themselves long. Never are. All right, my dear. Love you. God bless you. I will see you soon. See, I didn't sing too much on this one. I didn't sing too much. Just a little. But I did give some great lyrics. So go back and watch this video again. And then Google those songs so you can hear them for yourself. And again, visualize, baby. Visualize. We got a lot to visualize. There's so much happening. Love you so much. Be safe. God bless you. And I'll talk to you again on the next video or next time I see you in person. So when I see you in person, pull me aside and have a time and place set up. It's for my specific person when you want to get together. Okay. You know where I usually am when I'm over in your place of business anyway. So walk over through that way on your way out, and you hand me something or get somebody to hand me something. All right. With the information. All right, my love. Talk to you later. You guys have a super weekend, and I will see you soon. And see you soon. Love you. God bless you. Mwah.